Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are great. I know it's been a hard time, a hard day for most of you. And you know what? I am sending all my love to you. If you need a break, feel free to take a break. If you need to go out of the internet, feel free to go out of the internet. Now I am out of social media, I mean to say. See, I came across a lot of videos, and one thing I can tell you is that some group of people are hiding, especially women. Like one of the speakers, what Gardner said, she said, I know a lot of these women that have been out there telling us that they are voting blue did not vote blue. She did not lie. But I really look forward to the day that we'll get to hear the stories, especially most of your favorite content creators. So these Asian women came out to talk about the election that happened, and they are also blaming themselves for not also coming out and doing what they are supposed to do. Now, the truth is that I don't know if I should say I don't care anymore because I didn't know. I was really very hot, but man, we move. Let's get into this video.
I I don't I don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I I want to blame white women, but I can't even blame white women. It's more than just white women. It was everybody, okay? It was there's so many factors, there's so many like moving parts to why this failed, why we failed. And it's not just white women. They're a huge part of it, but they're not the only ones. I think that would be the easy route if we blamed white women only, but it wasn't. It was Latinos, Asian Americans, leftists voting for Jill Stein. Just so many moving parts to this. And now look, the crazy orange man is back in office. I truly don't know what else to say. And let me just say this. I'm taking it personal. If you voted for that orange man and we are mutuals or friends, anything, delete me and block me. Delete me and block me. Don't talk to me in real life. I'm so serious. Trump supporters will always say, I hope you don't hate me for the person I voted for. But the person that they voted for hates me. So what does that say about you? Why? And when the grocery prices, inflation, the economy, affordable housing, and like rent prices and stuff like that, when that doesn't go down and it gets worse, who are y'all gonna blame then? Trump supporters. Who? Okay, listen, as much as we want to blame or shift blame on to Latino voters, we also have to put a little bit of the blame or part of the blame onto Asian American voters, specifically Korean Americans and Vietnamese Americans who voted for Trump, because Asian Americans are a large margin of the population. And I had made a video about this a couple weeks ago talking about how I read an article that Kamala needed a key demographic to win in Georgia. And that was a Korean American population in Georgia, specifically in Gwinnett County, because a lot of them live in Duluth. And in that video that I talked about how Asian Americans typically vote Democrat, but that was steadily decreasing since 2020. And a lot of that has to do with translation, language barrier, and education. A lot of them just don't know how the economy works and really shifted a lot of the economic blame onto Biden, because a lot of Korean Americans, are have their own business. And I think that's one of the key reasons why she lost Georgia, why Georgia went red, is because the Korean American demographic in Georgia ended up voting for Trump. But also the Vietnamese American population have been Republicans for a very long time. And we also have to factor in the fact that Vietnamese Americans make up a large portion of the population in America as well. There are a lot of factors into why she lost. And I think we're also forgetting another key demographic, which is Asian Americans. And yes, while the Latino American vote was substantial in how this ended up turning red, we also have to factor in the Asian American population. I think a lot of people are not talking about that, and how a lot of them ended up voting Republican. And unfortunately, a lot of this is that a lot of Asian Americans center themselves around whiteness. Like, they want to become white, assimilate into white culture. They think that if they vote for Trump, that they're going to be a part of that, right? And it's not. He doesn't even like us. And I just need us and Latinos to get out of the mindset and decentralize ourselves from white culture, because we will never be them. We will never be them. We will never even be close to them.
Hey everyone, so I took a break for a month or so from making videos because leading up to the election, I felt that the most helpful thing that I could do as a content creator was to just be quiet and not take up more oxygen and attention. But what I want to say is that whatever you are feeling today regarding the election results, be that fear, sadness, anger, that is valid and real, because the impact of the election results is real. But if your feelings are leaning towards despondency or despair, today is not the day to give up. Liberation was not on yesterday's ballot. The fight for liberation would not have been won with a Harris-Walz presidency, and so the fight for liberation cannot be lost because of a Trump presidency. We will continue to work to shape the society that we want to live in. And along that vein, do not wait to tell the people in your life how important they are to you, and hold your loved ones close. If you don't already, get to know the people in your community, because the fight for liberation is not going to be won on the federal level over the Oval Office. It begins with strong grassroots communities, because we are and always will be stronger together.
I don't really have too much that I want to say, but I will say this, and I have said this before, but you better hope that you never need anything that you're fighting against. And to add to that, you better hope that the person that you casted your ballot for has your best interest at heart. Because some of y'all voted with the mind frame of the enemy of your enemy becoming your friend. Some of y'all voted out of spite for other demographics of people. I seen the reasonings to why some of y'all wanted to pick a certain candidate, and it had something to do with other people. And it's not to say that these people had any negative impact on you outside of the fact that you just don't like them, but they were your reason for voting for a certain person. And some of y'all are still stuck on a stimulus check that you will never in your life get again. We got that because of the pandemic. COVID is still here, people are still getting sick, and you're still not going to get that stimulus check again. So if one of your reasons was voting for a certain candidate in hopes that you get that stimulus check, I just want to let you know that you are not smart and you're broke. Let it go. When I say what I'm about to say, I'm not being a smartass. I'm not being funny. I'm being serious. If you ever need what you have fought against, be quiet. Be quiet. You knew what you were doing. You were fighting against it, and you only care now because it has something to do with you. And if you voted for somebody and this person was elected, and you know that they have a track record of being a bad person, you know they have a track record of making bad decisions, you know they have a track record of not having a good morale, when they start doing their bullshit, take it up with them. And take it up with the other people that voted for them too. Because everything that's bad about them was put on Front Street, and people yelled it at the top of their lungs, and y'all did not care. So no, don't come crying to us. Don't come crying out loud. Cry to the people that decided to put that person in office. Last but not least, do not try to find a way to lean on black women. We are not your crutch. Y'all are big girls and big boys. Figure it out by yourself. That's all I have to say, and that's all I will say.
I think very few people outside of Black women can actually empathize with the feeling of never being enough, but also simultaneously being needed to do everything. How am I supposed to feel empowered to go into these workplaces, go into these schools, go into these spaces, no matter how qualified I am? It doesn't matter. Like, do y'all see that? It doesn't matter. We can talk properly, we can press our hair straight, we can have a sterling background and education, we can surrender ourselves to the public for consumption, we can give out our medical records, we can give out our intimate records of who we've been with and what we've done, and it's still not going to be enough. Historically, Black women have been at the forefront of most revolutions and civil rights movements in this country. But let me tell you something. Mentally, I'm checking out. Do not call on me to walk on any protest. Do not call on me to speak on anything. I was already having my foot halfway out the door with supporting movements, and being instrumental in change. I'm sorry, baby. After that vote, y'all made it very clear. You like to have your foot on our necks, but then turn around and have us march in line. I'm sorry, no. And everybody who didn't vote, stay quiet. That's what you're good at. Stay quiet. You didn't have an opinion yesterday. You don't have an opinion today.
If you're a woman wondering what to do right now, I can tell you, but I'm going to have to say it in a little bit of a code. Ready? It's time. It's time to go get one. Go buy one right now, as soon as possible. Make sure you know how to use it. Take a class. Keep it locked up away from your children. But if you're a woman, especially a Black woman, especially a woman in a red state, if you are a trans man or a trans woman, go buy one. Go and get one. It's time. And I don't care what state you live in, blue or red, because the rhetoric around women is about to take a nosedive. Because permission has been given. This election went the way that it did on the basis of misogyny and misogynoir. The only thing you can do now is protect yourself. So go ahead, get a license, and go buy one. You need to protect yourself and make sure you keep it on you. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. And while you're out, you might as well pick up a vibrator as well. That's the other thing we're gonna do. We're gonna batten down the hatches. Okay, ladies? Shit just got real. This is not a joke. If you're in a red state, you need to batten down the hatch. Okay? It's 4B. It's 4B until you get your rights back. Because the men have told you what they want. And frankly, the white people of America have also spoken up. And this is what they've said. And so you need to make your own conclusions as a woman, and I'll repeat once again, as a Black woman, as a Black trans man, as a Black trans woman. If you can't protect your rights, you need to protect yourself. I'll have more videos coming about this, but I just had to get this out there. If you're wondering what you're gonna do, that means you don't already know, because I have a plan, and that's my plan. All right, stay safe, ladies. I love you so much. Mwah.
The Republicans stole the election. There's no way that Kamala Harris lost. Do you hear any Democrats saying that? No. No, I haven't. But that's exactly what MAGA was ready to do if their guy didn't win. No, the rest of us are different. We have critical thinking skills. We can look at the results and see that there are plenty of men who do not like women. We can see many Latino voters who do not want to support their friends and family, who actually want them deported. We can see plenty of women who will vote against their own interests. And we can clearly see the failure of the American education system, which has unfortunately left behind millions and millions of people who just don't know any better, who don't know what they've done. The people in the MAGA cult, I understand their motivations, but it's the people who are going along with this program. Y'all just don't know what you've done. You just don't know what you've done. For everybody else, I have one message: mutual aid, mutual aid, mutual aid. Much love to you.
Good morning, everyone. So I have to make this one kind of short, but it probably should be as long as I can make it, because we have some things to talk about this morning. But the pantry, library pantry, it got cleaned out yesterday, and so I have to do a full restock this morning. And typically where I do that the evening before, like I've learned to do, I didn't do it yesterday because I didn't have time. America has made its choice, and America has decided that it will, more Americans than not, have decided that they would rather embrace white supremacy, hate, lies, misinformation. Harris ran a good race, and I'm proud of her. I am. I'm very proud of her. And I wish nothing but the best for her going forward. I am afraid for a lot of people. Not so much myself. Maybe it's because when I did that series of videos back on TikTok in the summer, and I said that in the event that it goes this way, you have to have a plan in place. I took my own advice, definitely, because we were putting a plan in place in the event of just in case this happens. Because we read Project 2025 very thoroughly, and we knew what it could mean for black people. I'm a black person. I am a woman. I am afraid for women. I am afraid for children. I am afraid for gay people, trans people, other people of color. All marginalized people. I am afraid. For you. I'm even afraid for the women who voted for Trump and the black people and other POC who voted for Trump. Because somehow you think that you are going to benefit, and you're not. I tried to educate, I tried to mentor, I tried to talk, I tried to encourage, I tried to inspire, and then I did my part with my vote to try to help protect you even when you refuse to do it for yourselves. Because I knew that you were ignorant and didn't know any better. And unfortunately, you're about to fuck around and find out, because that manifesto, Project 2025, the plans that it has in store for women, and the plans that it has in store for POC, particularly black people, I don't know what black person in their right mind will vote for a white supremacist who said he wants to give the police full impunity to do whatever they want to do to black people. You have to be some kind of sick. And I can't even be angry with you. I just feel sorry for you. Like I do the rest of us. I do. Because something is wrong with you that you haven't addressed. And you need help. All POC that voted for this man, you need help. But the one thing that is going to come from this is that you are going to see that this man does not, you're going to come to understand that this man doesn't care about you. You were just a means to this particular end. He doesn't care about you. Mass deportations. They're going to stop Latinos and people of Mexican descent, Latino descent. You'll be stopped in the street and asked for papers. Black people, the first thing that they're going to do is those cops are getting rid of them cameras. They're going to go back to locking up your sons and daughters, planting drugs on them, and locking them up. Who do you think those supermax prisons that they're building and not so secret, who do you think they're going to put in those? And your vote for Trump won't help you. And then the children, that they don't want to give school lunches to, and that they want to see married, and that they want to see give birth, and that they want to see work full-time jobs, and they don't want to see educated. I feel like America has died. And I don't mean to be negative, but that's how I feel. I feel like America has died. But the one thing that I am very, very grateful for this morning is that my husband and I put a plan in place for this. And for those of you all who followed me for a while over on TikTok, I hope you took that advice and you put a real plan in place. If you didn't, let me give you this advice. Start liquidating as much of your assets as you can. Make sure your passports are up to date at any given moment. There's some places that you excuse me, there's some countries that you can't travel to even if your passport is current here. Like say if it's within 6 months of expiring and you're trying to go to some place like Dubai or something like that, you might not be able to get into the country because it has to be current by their standards, not just American standards. Make sure all your emergency contacts, friends, and family lists are in one place. Check your retirement accounts and investment accounts. And I know that this sounds drastic. But Project 2025 is drastic. The Republican Party is drastic. This president, this man, he is drastic. These people are drastic. And some drastic shit is about to happen. I had my suspicions that a lot of people that said, go blue, go Harris, weren't really blue and weren't really rooting for her. And I'm very interested to see those numbers. That's pretty much all that I have. I do want to say one last thing that doesn't have anything to do with this, is that morning coffee chat, we know sometimes they can be a little bit long. A little long. You are always, I encourage you that at any point, because you have free will for now, to just keep scrolling. I promise you it won't hurt my feelings if you don't watch the video to the end. But what you cannot ever do is to control this platform and tell me that my videos should be shorter for your benefit. Seek to control yourself and not others, and it'll put you on a path to being a better person. It really will. Been there, done that. With that being said, if you'd like to support the platform, I'll leave my Cash App and Venmo down at the bottom. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what I can say to make the people that follow me feel better. Buckle up. We're in for a rough ride. And I really do wish the very best for y'all. For us, for all of us. I am praying for our children. I am praying for marginalized people. I am praying for women. I am praying for this nation that never should have become this, but when they did what they did once upon a time, I think it kind of set this in motion. I don't think that there's anything that we really, when I think about it, could have done to stop this nation's destruction, because it has debts to people that it has not paid. And I have always said that until those debts are paid, until they are acknowledged, to the people that were harmed are acknowledged, apologized to, and made whole again, this nation will absolutely reap what it has sown. And I think that that's the happening. Y'all have a good day. Try to anyway.
So yesterday I showed you a clip from this interview.
We also know that he will try to invoke the Alien Enemies Act, which would essentially give the federal government the power, the authority to deport, to detain any non-U.S. citizen that they believe is deemed from an enemy country.
And today I want to show you another part of that with a little extra context from someone else's video. So as part of that conversation, she also said this.
What Stephen Miller has also told us is that they are actively designing new militarized giant detention centers where they would pack all these families.
Giant detention centers? Oh, that's just fear-mongering. That's just Democrat hyperbole, is it? I stumbled upon this video. Young lady talking about her experiences trying to date. She went on a date with a guy she'd met on an app, and she wasn't feeling it. The vibes were not there. He wasn't bringing anything to the table. And then, on top of that, toward the end of the evening, he volunteers. I sure hope he wins. And she's like, all right, enough. A day or two later, he texts her with some very interesting information.
And he texted me this morning, and he told me, I saw that you took a step back when I told you why I was hoping he would win. I just want to tell you, I got some news that is really exciting for me, that there's a company that I partner with, and they've got a contract, but the contract only goes through if Donald Trump wins. What is this contract, you might ask, that only goes through if Donald Trump wins? Well, this contract is a series of immigration camps that's going to be built in South Texas. And I went, oh, immigration camps. And he said, you know, for vetting and processing immigrants. And I said, oh, that doesn't sound great. And he said, well, I don't really have to work there, right? I'm just partnered with the company. So it's life-changing money for me to partner with this company that's going to build immigration camps in South Texas. And I went, that's not really helping your case any. And he's like, well, I don't have to work there. Yuck. And I went, well, you're helping to create it. Doesn't that make you feel bad? And he's like, no, I'm helping to protect people. I'm providing the protection for the immigrants. And I'm like, do you mean the guards? Do you mean the guards at the concentration camps? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, but not American citizens. They're not going to do... World War II, German and mainly Japanese Americans put into internment camps. Something that the Alien Enemies Act opened the door and made possible. That happened. That has happened before. If you think it can't happen again, you're a fool. They're planning to build camps. Vote accordingly.
Black women, I need you to start giving yourself the love and the respect and the protection that you try so hard to give everyone else. I'm not saying want. I need you to do these things. Prioritize yourself, protect yourself, love yourself. Everything that you have been trying to give everyone for so long, start giving it to yourself. Prioritize yourself. It is all about you right now. From now until forever, you are your main priority. And if I see you prioritizing anyone other than yourself, bitch, I might just slap the shit out you. I don't condone physical violence. Okay? I've never don't condone physical violence. I've never been physically that's not true. I've been in one fight my entire life. It was with a boy. He hit me first and I beat his ass. That's a whole nother story. I don't condone physical violence, but if I see a black woman prioritizing anything other than herself, I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to beat your ass. It'll be with love, I promise, with all the love in the world. But I am begging you, please start prioritizing yourself.
I absolutely hope that every single minority, black person, gay person, woman that voted for that man, I wish there was a way we could put y'all on the front lines so that y'all feel every single one of his policies first. That's only fair. You wanted to vote for a man that does not give a fuck about you or your rights. When time comes for Project 25 to be put into place, I hope y'all are first. People in my comment section are going to be like, Savannah, you can't just threaten people like that. That's a threat. No, it's not. They voted for him. I hope they receive everything.
So this is how
that
I
he
got
has
from
to
this
promise.
video. I'm going to say something before I continue, like what Gardiner said. She said, I am very sure that most of the people that have been saying that I am going to vote blue, especially women, did not vote blue. And I really cannot wait for it to unfold. The truth is that it's still going to happen. It will unfold. And how it's going to happen will be very mysterious. It might be like, friends having a friendship problem and the secret will come out. Absolutely, it will come out. Now, it's been how many hours since the collation, right, happened, and some people are in hiding. Some people are hiding. I haven't seen them. They haven't said anything. I know some people are going to say it is an election shock. Some people are in shock. Now, this is an encouragement to Black people. You all really fought hard. And I do not want this thing to be Black men and Black women story, because some people are already saying, Black men this, Black men down. Excuse me. Do not use this opportunity to stir up something that is not, don't stir up anything. Why? If you look at the chat, you absolutely will see that Black men came out, Black women came out, but the percentage of Black women that came out are more than Black men, right? Also, I wanted to know that there are also Black women that did not vote or voted for another party. That is something I wanted to know. And also, there are people that actually registered, but probably they are not in the country. So you all do not come and stir up something that I don't want to wake up tomorrow to, instead of facing what happened, which we know that we are already going through it, then we'll start doing Black men and Black women problems and all that. No, I don't want it, please. And let's get into the main thing. The fact that a lot is unfolding. The truth is that some people actually do not understand what is going to happen. Some people do not even know what is going on. Some think it's all about voting for Trump. I've been going through, I am a social media person. I am always on social media when I come back from work, right? And I go through, I see what is happening and the rest of it. To my great surprise, some people are voting without even knowing why they are voting. Not just only Hispanic. I see mostly Hispanic, Puerto Ricans, and white men, and women, most especially. Because most of the videos I see people asking them, so what are his policies? They don't know where his policies. Also, why do you want to vote for him? They said probably because he's going to lower their tax rate. And okay, what are they ask them about importation and exportation? So what if goods are being imported? Like, how do you make your money and all that? Majority of them are clueless. Just to tell you that some of them do not even know what is going on. Probably they were lied to, which is absolutely possible. But I am not going to tell you that. Being, how do they say that again? Ignorant of law is not an excuse. But though it is, ignorant of law is not an excuse. So for the reason why you decided to do what you did, it's best known to you. The fact that I thought like, marginalized groups are looking for a way to help themselves out, only to find out that some people will rather leave you under the rain or probably, again, now sorry about that. This is how they say it. Some people are going to give you salt, bag of salt, right? When they give you bag of salt, they send you outside, right? When they send you outside, they make rain. Do you know the meaning of that? It means, salt and water don't go together. It's been emotions going up and down, but some people are really going to, when they say F around and find out, some people will completely understand the meaning of F around and find out. Emotions are high and the rest of it. All I want to say is that Black women, I hope you get some rest because you deserve all the rest that you get all the rest you want. But one thing I am also going to say is that no quitting. No quitting. We move. And like the advice, what Gardner said for those that want to travel, maybe in the end and all that, make sure you get all your passport and everything ready in case there is need for you to move. You can pack your things and move. If it's not going well for you, you can easily find your way out. But really, I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know what was on their mind. But this is to tell you that some people really do not care about women. Some do not care about their wife. Some do not care about their children. Because how do people wake up to do some certain things? Now, I don't even want to compare. If this were to be someone that looked like me that had about how many felonies and decided to also run for election, would that have been possible? Absolutely no, that would not have been possible. But you all know that it's very possible when it comes to some certain people. Man, I am really hoping that we'll recover from this because, I know it's a very big blow, when people are working so hard to make things happen for them and to dismantle the system that has been oppressing them and all that. I absolutely understood. I don't live in America. But yesterday till today, I am still trying to pick myself up. And this is the last video. When you see this video, I made this video after coming back from work. And this is the last video for the day. I am logging off and I will see you all tomorrow. I will see you all tomorrow. And please take good care of yourself. Bye for now.